What's up? It's Justin Perez, aka JP, here in JP Productions. Today we're going to be talking about some crazy illegal things that are happening, and let me welcome in a special guest.
Ezekiel Mata.
Yeah, so we're just going to jump right into it. I've barely found this out, 2 days ago. I was on TikTok just scrolling, and it said that in Tennessee, if you share your Netflix password, that is illegal.
Well, JP, definitely in Tennessee, I would probably be arrested because
Oh, yeah.
there's been a
Me
plenty
too.
amount of times I've had to share or taken someone else's password. I guess, I don't know, maybe there's not people persons. Who knows?
I guess not.
You want me to go ahead and give you a weird law that I found out? Let me pull it up.
Be
I
my
got it.
guest.
In Texas, I got two for you. All right. In Texas, it is illegal to commit a crime without giving a 24-hour notice. So you would think doing something illegal but not giving a warning is also illegal. So that's like another two felonies that
So
would be on your belt.
You get a double crime. You commit a double crime.
Another one
Wow.
is this one's pretty crazy. It is illegal to milk another person's cow.
Look at my face.
Now you're probably wondering, what does that mean? You know how in Texas, farming, ranching is really big. Well, I guess I honestly don't know how that works, but I can't, JP, if you got a cow, I couldn't milk it.
Why would you want to?
It's illegal.
Obviously. Even if it wasn't legal, you still do it.
And then the other one I got for you, in Maine specifically, you will be fined if your holiday lights are left up any later than January 14th.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I would.
I think everybody would.
Yeah. Speaking of it, last week, it was, my dad just asked me and my brothers, hey, we need to get these down. We're already in February.
You already
I was
figured
like,
that's
you're
what
right. You're right. And then he just took the tree down 3 days ago.
Yeah, I wonder how does that work? Do they patrol a neighborhood? Because surely they can't get the whole state
No.
and
No.
patrol all the neighborhoods,
Uh-uh.
because then you'd let too many people get away. So personally, I think that law should be dropped.
I just had to go look back at my notes. I forgot about this law. Considering that I don't know the age,
Mhm.
it says in Nevada it is illegal to sit on sidewalks. That's exactly what I was thinking. As a kid, I just be going outside,
Play
just
around and
hooping,
stuff.
yeah. Or riding my scooter, and I'd be like, man, I'm low-key tired. And I just sit on the
Sit on the
sidewalk.
Yeah, I think that's a normal thing.
And then,
It's just
I'd have a neighbor or somebody
yeah,
around
a
with,
friend
and be
and
like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, man, I'm tired.
exactly, it's pretty normal, I feel.
But thinking about that, I look-key think, I wonder what the age is, how old you have to be.
To not
To,
sit on the sidewalk.
Yeah. What
'Cause
if
surely-
it's just, all ages?
Surely you can't come up to a kid and say you can't sit on the sidewalk.
And be like, you're getting arrested.
like
You're
I
getting a
said,
fine.
how do they enforce these laws?
Exactly what I'm thinking.
Because that's so you could be out in the country, but maybe there's a sidewalk.
Yeah, I
You
know.
just sit on it. How are they gonna know? Because then technically you're a felon, or you're a bad guy for not following the law.
I'm
Am I
gonna
right
say
here?
even when we do fire drills, at
Yeah.
school, and we're just waiting outside, I'll sit on the, sit on the
Sit on the
sidewalk. I
sidewalk.
just wait for them to tell us that it's good to go back in. But I don't know why that would be illegal. It's
Yeah, that
it's
one,
something that everyone has done.
Yeah,
If you say that you haven't,
yeah,
you're lying.
You're lying.
You're lying, and that's a fact. But I got another one. And I think it's pretty good because I'm apparently bad at this because
Mm-hmm.
I hate wearing shoes.
Right.
Slippers in New York, you cannot wear slippers past 10 p.m.
Slippers.
Slippers. You can't wear stuff like house shoes, stuff like that, like Crocs,
So it has to be
Bergs. You can't wear slides, Bergs, none of that. It have to be shoes past 10
closed
p.m.
toe.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
But no,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
because you would think after 10 p.m., even if you're just running to the store, you would think, oh, let me just throw these on real quick.
Exactly.
And
it's New York. It's not really
The thing is, people walk everywhere too,
Yeah, I know.
and it's like
So like everyone's outside.
maybe not everyone's trying to put on some boots to like go down
just
to the
go down the street.
yeah. Maybe he wants a slice of pizza or something.
Exactly. Like what if your parents just come home? Like, hey, need help with the groceries?
Yeah, and you throw on the slippers and
Yeah.
then you get arrested.
Exactly.
Like, JP, like I say over and over, how do they enforce these laws? Is it just like, oh, we catch you doing this and you're the only one who gets punished?
You know, that's really good to talk
Or
about.
is there really like people? Because I guess New York, it's more easy to monitor. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's such an enclosed space.
And everybody's in the
Walking.
open,
Yeah.
so you can see them.
But then also like everybody's in the open, and there's
Yeah,
so
so
many
you're gonna
people
choose
walking.
some-
So it's like,
You're gonna choose one person out of
Yeah.
everybody else.
and what if there's a lot of people walking without with slippers? My bad.
I wonder how many times people, like the cops or like anybody, will actually enforce that.
Yeah.
You know, like they're just sitting there. You're wearing slippers past 10.
You're
Like,
done.
Should I get them for that? Like,
Yeah, because
why would you think that?
and then who like, because obviously someone of the higher ranks has to sign off on these laws.
Oh yeah.
So when these laws are being proposed, who's signing these? That's another one of my questions. Like,
Yeah.
how are you like going through with this? Because it's like you think there's some laws that's like, why hasn't that got passed sooner?
Yeah.
Like back in the 1900s, you would think voting for women and Black Americans would have been passed sooner, but it took a minute and it took a lot of like protests and civil rights movement, right?
Yeah.
But this,
But then we get laws. You can't wear slippers past 10 p.m. in New York, like
and then
that.
You can't share a Netflix password.
Oh yeah, like
And it's like voting, right? Back to my examples, voting started out very early in the country, but it didn't get like for everyone until the 60s. Netflix was probably started booming 10 years ago, and now it's already a law that you can't share a password.
yeah, I know. Like, I wonder how many other like streaming apps, yeah, like
'Cause
that you can't share your password with. Cause
I know Netflix is very picky about their stuff, because like if you try to take a screenshot of it when you're watching Netflix,
it
it just
won't-
turns its screen
yeah.
black. It'll have like the captions, and then also with like, I guess that's how it is for a lot of streaming apps, because I was watching a tech game one time and I tried to screenshot because we had just won, but it wouldn't let me. It just turned the screen black.
yeah, that's
So-
like so you can't stream it for other people to watch. I know.
That's probably what it is, but that might be the solution for the Netflix one. But like, what was the other one I said? Not the cow one. It was I need to pull it back up again. Which one was it? Being fined, and then being fined. Like,
Oh yeah.
what is? You would think such like, beautiful decorations, people want to see those more often.
Yeah.
But like now it's like, nah. And
Like imagine you just like get fined or arrested for being lazy because you don't want to get them down, or
yeah, like what if you say no to these things when they
Exactly.
come and get you?
like are they gonna say, oh, you need to do this by this time, but you don't do it?
and then
What's
it's
gonna
also
happen
like,
to you?
is it
You
like a
don't know.
loop, because you're like, you could say this is your property, and then
True.
also like, I mean, if you wanted to go there, you can be like, this is a form of speech, I guess, and that's an amendment. So like, how does this really even like work? You feel me?
I don't know. I'm still stuck on the password and slippers.
The password and slippers.
Like I would be a victim to all
Many
of
of
those
the-
laws. You
Exactly.
know?
The slippers. I'm literally wearing slippers right now.
Exactly.
I wear slippers like 80% of my days.
I wear them inside the house when I'm not supposed to.
Exactly. Like
And then whenever I get called outside, just walk
You-
out there.
yeah,
and then
like,
if I'm waiting for somebody, I'm sitting on the curb.
sitting on the curb with your slippers.
Yeah. So that's 2 laws that I just committed.
And it's also like, me, I'll wear slippers just to like go to the garage to get something.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, it's so much more convenient that I don't understand why the law would be passed in the first place, or by now not terminated.
True.
Because that's just such a random and crazy law, if you really think about it. Because, some things are normal here and then they aren't normal in another place. But you would think something like that,
Yeah.
it would be normal everywhere. But I guess not.
You know, Zeke, I had a lot of fun talking about this. Learned a lot of new laws.
Those are
And
pretty weird.
how many times we may have committed some crimes.
Some crimes, yeah.
But this is going to wrap up the podcast for today. Thank you, Zeke.
Sir.
It's JP with JP Productions, and see you on the next one.
And welcome back to the Level Up Podcast, where today we're leveling up with Jeremiah Brins.
Howdy.
Today, we're going to be talking about travel.
Ooh, travel?
Yes. We're going to talk
Travel.
about some different places we've been, different places that we want to go,
Okay.
just everything that deals with travel.
Yeah. Okay, so have you been to a lot of states? Like, have you been through them?
Yes,
Yes.
I've been through a lot of states, either road tripping through them or
Yeah.
actually staying in them for a little bit.
Okay, so
So-
I think it would be awesome if we started with what brain, come on. What states have you not been in?
Okay, so going through that, I haven't been in a lot of like the north central, I guess.
North,
So,
like Minnesota, North Dakota
Minnesota,
kind of area.
North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming.
Yeah.
I haven't been at like the top of the country a lot.
Yeah.
The only places have been like on the coast.
Yeah, the coasts, and then
Uh-huh.
everything like on the bottom, and then like kind of everything that's like in between, but then nothing up here.
Yes, and also like the Midwest. I haven't really been there.
Okay.
Like we're already jumping into it a little bit, but I've mostly like traveled in like bigger cities, and so like road trips. Like I've been, like we drove through. I've been to New Mexico, and then like we drove through Arizona, stayed at the.
Yeah.
Well, I've been there too, so I don't know what I'm saying. But basically, I haven't like driven through and stayed at a lot of like the filler states. I don't know what you would
Yeah.
call them, but like the Midwest, I haven't really been there a lot. Like going up towards the northeast part of the U.S., I haven't been like in those
Yeah.
states really, and then like Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what's your
No,
experience?
yeah. That's pretty much what I was asking.
Okay.
The states that I have experience with is pretty much everything on the coasts, and then a little bit like everything kind of in the middle, and then some on the right, but not much, or some on the East Coast, a lot more on the West Coast, and then of course nothing in that upper middle part for some reason. We just don't have very many friends up there, probably
Yeah.
because it's so cold. But
Yeah, and there's not many like attractions up
Yeah.
there. There's not much like place
Yeah.
like stuff to do. in
right.
those
I mean,
states.
other than is Mount Rushmore?
Yes, that's
up
in
there?
South Dakota.
Okay, cool.
So-
I was like, I'm pretty sure it's up there. I don't
Yes.
want it to look stupid though.
There's a couple of landmarks up there, but other than that, like I don't know. I feel like bigger cities tend to be on the coast, so
Yeah.
a little bit more or near bigger bodies of water.
Right, because
So-
like back then, there was a lot of trade going on, and like of course, like coastlines are really the best places to be for water and whatever else, fishing, and I don't know.
Yeah,
However
so
that works.
gradually turned into people would travel to those places more. So
Yeah.
like nowadays, that's where like we've gone typically. So like for example, my family every summer we try and go to one or two places for like our family vacation. And so like for example, last summer we did the West Coast a little bit. We went to Seattle and San Francisco. During COVID, we couldn't really do that. We went to like
Right.
Colorado.
Oh yeah, Colorado.
And then because we could hike and
Yeah.
that
Get
was
the outdoorsy.
yes. During COVID, it was easier to travel to places where you can like do outdoorsy
Yeah.
things more.
Because I mean that's like the safer, I guess, version of it. But
Yes.
I mean, anyways, those outdoor places are just beautiful.
They are. They're amazing.
amazing. Yeah, we have a friends up in Colorado who let us stay up in their cabin.
Really?
It is so beautiful up there. It's
That
like in
is
the mountains, a
amazing.
secluded little city town, and it's just, man, it's really pretty. And then one
That's-
time there was like a bear like right outside the house.
Oh my
Yeah, it's that
goodness.
kind of outdoor wildness thing.
We stayed up there in Estes Park, which is like where all the mountains,
Yes.
the Rocky Mountain
Yes.
National Park is. And so I think it was the second day we were coming back from hiking. It was like 6 or 7, like the sun was setting, and literally probably 20 or 30 elk and just deer were just in the front yard of
Wow.
like the place we were staying at.
That's wonderful.
It was amazing. It was great.
It's cool to experience that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Well, so we've talked about the mountains now. Where have you been, like, in terms of the beaches?
And the beaches. So
Yeah.
we have some friends at this college called Pepperdine.
Pepperdine? Okay.
Yes, which is in Malibu, California.
I'm guessing.
So-
I'm guessing they eat a lot of pepper there because they're dining and they have pep. Sorry, the bad jokes are
Yeah.
coming. But
Puns. But yeah, so it's where like a lot of movie stars are. And so like I have friends that like when I tell them like where I've been like there, like Pepperdine, Malibu, they
Yeah.
assume it's in these extravagant houses.
Yeah.
But really it's just in this like not married student. I don't know what you call it, but it's like these little dorms on the college
Yeah.
campus that our friends live in.
Yeah.
So it's a nice place, but it's not anything like the extravagant like people typically associate with Malibu. But
Right.
it's still awesome. It's
Yeah.
still really great. So the beaches there are amazing. It's cold water. I've also been
oh
to
yeah,
I've also been in Galveston before,
Yeah.
down in South Texas, which is also awesome. I don't like the beaches as much there because it's warmer and the waves aren't as high. That's what
Oh,
in California I don't surf, but I boogie board. If you know
Yeah.
what that
Oh my
is.
gosh, dude, I've done that. It's so much fun.
It's so fun. I could spend hours doing that. In fact, when we went to San Francisco, it's typically not known for like being in the ocean because up there in Northern California, it's a lot colder.
Really cold. Yeah.
But we went to this little place near like the Redwood National Forest where it's actually warmer, and so we got to go in the water. And there's this little beach town like right next to it, and so we didn't have a boogie board, and I saw all these people with boogie boards, and so I was thinking of going up to ask someone to see if I could borrow.
and you didn't?
No, sadly
Oh
not.
man, you should have done it.
Yeah, I should
Because
have done it.
I mean, worst thing that they could say is no, and then
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, well,
I
guess
know.
not boogie boarding today.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, I love boogie boarding so much. Fun story actually. We were on one of the beaches and. My brother, I believe he was doing boogie boarding or something, and after you do it for a long time, you notice that you start to drift one way or the other because that's just how the waves are.
Yes.
And so this was whenever we were like 10 years old, probably. So he was alone whenever he did it.
Oh my
We were all at the beach, but he kept on doing it. And then all of a sudden our brother was missing and our parents were freaking out. And we're like, oh my gosh, where did he go? So eventually we found him. He was just still doing boogie boarding. He was like, oh, I didn't realize it went that far. It was very scary, but I'm thankful that we got him back.
It's
But-
really crazy how the ocean like surge, or I
Yeah.
don't know what the term is, but
Current?
the current. When I was in the ocean, I went out like kind of deep because I was doing. It's like it's not boogie boarding, but it's like body boarding kind of.
Yeah. Yeah,
you
where
can
you just-
kind of ride away.
Yes, I've done that before too. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, so I was doing that because I didn't have a boogie board.
Right.
But like after like a couple minutes, like I was like I'd started just like gone kind of deep into the ocean with like a straight line from where my parents were sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
And then I looked and they're like way to my right. So I was like, oh no, I need to like
Ooh, me want to
get
go
in.
back.
Yeah, go back.
Yeah. But another thing I found at a beach was you know those huge conch shells that you like find at the stores and they're like, man, how did they get those?
Yeah.
Well, one time I was at this beach known for its shells. And I was just kind of looking in the water, and I found this little sliver of something, and I was like, I wonder what that is. So I just grabbed it, and instead of grabbing the small sliver, I ended up grabbing a whole entire conch shell.
Oh my
and it's about
goodness.
this long and like this round.
Wow.
It's legit, and I was so
That
stoked
is
whenever I saw that.
amazing.
But
Okay, so we're moving on to our
Yeah.
final segment, and it is our bucket list. It is where we want to go, what we want to see. So I'll start it off. We're both seniors, I guess
Yeah.
I should preface it. And typically, or I don't know if it's typically, but like seniors sometimes get to do a trip or get a graduation gift.
Yeah.
And so for my graduation gift, I get to go to Boston and Cooperstown, New York, which is like the National Baseball Hall of Fame. So I'm really
yeah.
excited for this because I'm a big baseball
yeah,
fan.
I was about to say you're super into baseball, so that's gonna be
Yes.
a trip.
And Boston has this team called the Boston Red Sox.
Uh-huh.
And their stadium is one of like the oldest stadiums in all of baseball, and it's really famous. They have this big green wall that's like 37 feet in the outfield.
Dang.
And so when people hit over it, it's really like famous. and
Yeah.
they get a lot of news.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
anyways, that was on my bucket list, and I think I'm going to get to do it this summer.
Yeah.
Real quick, do you have any places?
Whenever I think of like places I want to travel, it's weird because I don't have like many that I really, really want to go to. But the one that I could probably think of the most is I always kind of wanted to go to the Bahamas, like I think it's called the Bahamas, right? It's that island in the middle of Europe.
Yes, it's a couple of different islands.
Yeah. I always wanted to go there and do like scuba diving and see some shipwrecks.
That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome. But then the thought of going over the Bermuda Triangle is like, oh, that's scary.
That would be very scary.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like time is up for today. So thank y'all for listening. This has been the Level Up Podcast, where we level up.
Cool. All right. See y'all later.
Bye.
Hello and welcome to Generation Podcast on Lubbock ISD TV. I'm Fabian O'Gean, and today I'm here with
Omar Quintero.
And today we're going to be talking about our top 10 side courses, holiday side courses. Now let me explain what I mean by that, because it does sound like hard to like, what is that? You know what I mean? What I mean by like holiday side courses, like, you know, like holiday dinners, like Christmas dinner, Thanksgiving dinner, maybe a Halloween dinner, you know. We all have different things. Maybe you have some certain dinners you do for certain holidays. And I just want to talk about our top 10, like, side course meals that, like, you can get along with the main meal. Like, you know, if you got turkey, you can't have turkey without green beans. You can't have turkey without corn. You know what I mean? Would you like to go with your top 10? And it can be about any side course meal, like the meals you've had personally and all that.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated for me because I don't usually have like the normal standard American Thanksgiving dinner. I usually have like a Mexican meal, like pozole or menudo, all those types of soups. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's the main like side side thing they give us is like tortilla chips or like tortillas. So.
Well, at the same time, this is your personal top 10.
Yeah.
So if it's like food your family eats and stuff, you could throw that on there. Because I feel like we have like normal stuff, but we have certain stuff we eat during like Thanksgiving. I like to throw on there and stuff like that. So what would you put in the number 10 spot? Like, what's a side dish that's not bad, but not over the others?
Green beans.
Green beans?
I've never really liked green beans. I don't know. But it's still good. I can still eat it.
I love green
tolerate
beans.
It.
Yeah. What about number 9? It's really a lot of like top 10. It really should have been like top 5, honestly.
Yeah. There's too much.
Hey, if you think about it, 5 plus 5 equals 10. So if you do 5,
yeah.
I'll do 5.
You're right.
All right, so you go ahead and start at number 5.
Number 5, green beans. Number 4, gravy.
You don't like gravy? I'm not really a big fan of gravy.
Yeah,
it's like I'm iffy about it. I'll eat gravy, but I choose not to.
Yeah, it's just kind of there for me. It's just kind of oh, okay, gravy. All right. And then
like brown gravy or like just straight up normal gravy. I think brown gravy's better, honestly.
I didn't really know there was a difference, but brown gravy sounds better.
Yeah, it really is, honestly. It's like it's really what people like to eat on like chicken fried steak and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's pretty good. It's all right. I'm still not a gravy fan though.
Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with cranberry sauce. I love it, dude. I feel like it goes with everything, even if it looks disgusting with something you're like putting it on or something. It just works out with everything, I think, and it's just versatile. Basically.
I'm not really a fan of cranberry sauce. Yeah. I never really eat it at all. Like I've like drank some cranberry juice, but I've never really like tried cranberry sauce. Maybe I'd like it. I'm like a picky eater. So if I see something I probably don't like, I won't touch it.
Yeah, I am a picky eater too, but I kind of learned to like it because I tried it with all this different stuff, and it's really good.
It's like one of those things you gotta eat with something.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
You can't just like eat it by itself. It's gotta like eat with something else. And then for number 2, ham, or is that like a side dish?
In a way, if we're thinking of like just straight up like ham slices, I'd say maybe. I think so.
Yeah.
Because really, if you're at Thanksgiving, you're really just eating the turkey over the ham. So the ham would be a side.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Christmas ham, or unless if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like Mexican and they make Christmas turkey, I'd say it's a side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I haven't had like traditional Thanksgiving in a while, but
Nah, you're good. I really think like if it's traditional, maybe it's not right. I feel like your dinner got to represent your family. Like if y'all
yeah,
got
yeah, you're right.
like something passed down in a way, like
Mhm.
because we all got certain ways to cook stuff, and everybody makes their own stuff, and it's just brings out all these like random things like you've never heard of, and just like stuff people all like to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just thinking like Americanized, like full American Thanksgiving meal, and like ham, it's like it's everything. It's like meat, it's sweet. You can make it sweet, you can make it
Oh,
spicy,
yeah.
you can make it however you want, and it's just in that sense, it's one of the best sides you can do. And then
So what goes in the number one spot though? What is your top like side course?
number one, stuffing. I love stuffing.
I feel like
It's-
everybody loves stuffing.
It's tasty, yeah.
I like stuffing too. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. It really depends. I'm not
Yeah,
like
if you make it right, then it's really good.
oh yeah, I've never really had like really good stuffing. I've had like the one just straight out of like the box. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like straight up just frozen stuffing. I feel like if it's like made by hand, I feel like it'd be way better. My grandma, my great grandmother, she's always the one like hosting the dinners. Like it'll be the Christmas dinner, the Thanksgiving dinner, which is really the main dinners, because that's the time when everybody comes back here in Lubbock to like, sit down together and eat. So really, she's kind of the head cook. Now my aunt helps her out, sometimes my grandma, but she's really the one who's been cooking like this whole time since everybody was little, since like my grandma was a little girl, kinda. So
Yeah.
she's always made like pecan pie. I had to
Oh,
put that
yeah.
number 5 because I love a lot more stuff, but the pecan pie I feel like that deserves a spot in the top 5 because man, pecan pie is so good. Because we used to have a pecan tree outside of the house, but
Oh my God.
it's dead now. So
Oh.
we just buy the store bought. But that's something that deserves to be top 5.
Yeah.
My number 4 though, if we're talking about like Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner, I'd say my number 4 is mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes.
Not gonna lie, I forgot about mashed potatoes.
Yeah. It really depends on how you make them with the, the hard-boiled eggs in
Yeah.
them.
Mhm.
That is perfect, but they got to be made correctly. Another thing that goes with mashed potatoes, my number 3, corn.
Oh yeah, corn.
Straight up like sweet, buttery corn. Sometimes I like to put it with the potatoes, some cheese, maybe put some
Oh,
turkey.
man.
Kind of like those KFC bowls.
Yeah.
That's always what I think whenever I do stuff like that. Now, these are my top 2. These are like the top. I love green beans. I feel like green beans deserve a number 2. But like, you can't just have plain old green beans.
Yeah, no.
You gotta have some stuff in there. Maybe put like some pepper, some salt, like whatever you want. But I just love green beans. I've always loved green beans. They just go perfect with every meal. Like if I get turkey, I gotta have some green beans.
Yeah,
Like,
I've been sleeping on green beans. Honestly.
Yeah, it's really how you make them, because some people can make them just plain and dry, but it's like nobody wants no food like that. Nobody wants their food plain and dry. But my number 1 spot for like the top side ever, like this is the side you always have to have: the turkey.
Oh yeah.
Because honestly, I get enough to consider it a side. I get my good amount of turkey, and then I get turkey as the side. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
my side,
Yeah.
turkey. It got to be, man, I love turkey. I don't know if you could tell, but I love
Yeah,
turkey.
me
But who doesn't? The dark meat,
Mhm.
turkey is delicious. It's just
I know
bueno,
what you mean.
delicious. Well, I feel like we covered our top 5. Top
Yep.
5 plus 5 equals 10. So we still did a top 10. I think it still counts in a way, because if we did top 10, man, we would have been here
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it. Anything else you want to say before we drop the bomb and just dip out of here?
Eat your green beans, kids. Eat everything off the plate. Don't leave anything. Leave it clean.
don't be afraid to be a plate cleaner. That's pretty much what he's trying to say. I'm not embarrassed. I tear food up. All right, well, that's been it for Generation Podcast here on Lubbock ISD TV. We hope you have a good day and y'all stay safe.